Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
right, 8 minutes after 9 o'clock, and it looks wet out there, but I think it's a short-lived rain followed by some cool temperatures, and that might affect your garden, so it's a good time to have questions for Carol Ann as we maybe get one last blast of cold weather. And the number here is 622-9622, and the show is called In the Garden with Carol Ann. Good morning, Carol Ann.
Good morning, Larry. How are you?
You look good. You got a nice tan going on.
Yeah, I know. It's been great, except my tan's always so uneven from work.
It's all natural, right? You go outside, and it's not. You don't go to a booth or something.
No, I don't go. No, it's all tan. It's all outside work. That's I said my tan is so uneven because I wear gloves at work.
Oh, right.
And I have to wear a shirt with sleeves with at least a shoulder, and then my shorts and my shoes. So it's like I have the curse of the pale white feet.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because even when I'm off in the summer, it's like I'm not a big flip-flop person.
No.
I mean, I try to remember to wear them and get some color on your feet, because if you go to the beach, they burn. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, I had to put a lot of sunscreen on my feet when I go to the beach.
Yeah. Oh, that's not easy to deal with either, sunburning your feet.
No, that hurts a lot. But no, here we are. It's cold. It's dreary out there. I don't like it.
Galen is in Atlanta. It's 28 degrees.
Ooh.
Holy mackerel.
Yeah, no, and they're threatening us with some frost tonight.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I mean, it's like, okay, I think it's hit and miss. It's up the Gainesville area. I didn't finish bringing up this. I was going to look at. Where we got it here?
Do you know
they're talking like 35 degrees overnight. And that's, so then some of those colder pockets, and of course we've all been out trimming and cleaning up and putting in new plants, and there's new growth all coming on, your perennials and things, just because we've had wonderful weather. So yikes, some of that tender stuff might need a little protection tonight.
I meant to put a picture on your Facebook page of the apple tree. It's got some growth at the top of it.
Yeah. And I got to get another picture of mine. Mine still has all its leaves.
So is it possible that mine, being a year older than yours, is just going through something? Like, will yours be where mine is in a year?
It could be. Yeah, it could be.
I've never seen something grow from a seed before.
All the way from the beginning, all the way through.
Do you know what I saw, though? I think it was in Barnes & Noble. They had these little seed packets.
Right.
Like a little something. You can grow sunflower seeds or whatever. It's got a whole...
Right.
Have you seen these?
It's like the little kit.
Yeah,
has the little
like
pod in there, has the little, the little seed pods and things like that. That, some of those, couple of different major, producer within the gardening scene kind of thing, come up with all kinds of different things to make things easy to introduce children to gardening, or here's a little kit that you could do and do for mommy, kind of thing for Mother's Day, where you'll have to paint the little planter, put it, or Easter. I've seen them for Easter and things like that, and they're kind of neat. I mean, they're great to for little hands or for fun. Some of them are just, hey, with this little kit, I've got enough seed to grow what I need. I don't need the big package of seed or the full, kind of things.
I don't think that I paid attention to gardening until this show. And do you remember WPIX TV in New York?
No.
Out of New York? Well, it's a New York TV station anyway, so I can watch it on the TV because there's new technology.
Right.
And I was looking at it mostly for the weather, but they were talking about this new thing that's happening in New York. It's called edible gardens, and I'm thinking that's new, edible.
That's edible gardens.
That's what we all do, right?
I mean, you have. Well, sometimes people will. Well, it might be talking about like an edible landscape.
Well, they use the word garden, so
right. Well, and I think garden goes.
And I was listening, not watching, so
right.
I don't know what they were showing.
What they were really right. But I mean, because we talk about edible landscapes down here, where people will use blueberries for a portion of a hedge, because a blueberry shrub gets actually quite large. We use bananas, in the landscape.
I love the banana plant.
We might use blackberries on a fence.
Okay.
Kind of thing.
I see what
where
you're saying,
we
yeah.
incorporate, or if you're going to do an edible landscape, or what do they call it, a food forest. If you remember, David Goodman used to has a couple books out, or books or booklets, whatever it was, self-published. That he always did food forests where he had fruit trees and that, not just the vegetable garden plot over on the backyard.
How's he doing?
Far as I know, he's doing good. I haven't really heard anything. I need to probably seek him back out. Now it's growing season again, see what he's doing. Because in the wintertime, even I back away a little bit, on it. It's because it's cold.
So do you think this is the last blast of winter?
It should be. I mean, and it's funny because here it is, the 5th of March, and I keep reminding people, hey, it's still wintertime. Technically, it is still winter.
Yeah.
Our last expected frost day, and for anybody who listens, hears me say this, March 15th. So this being the 5th of March, this is not unusual.
Not there yet.
This is not unusual. As pleasant as February was, that was unusual.
Yes.
Because everybody knew, I call February Ugly.
It wasn't ugly this year.
Yeah, no, it was a gorgeous. Yeah, we had wonderful weather for most of February. I think we had a couple little blasts, but nothing serious, nothing out of the ordinary. But the unseasonably warm temperatures were out of the ordinary, actually.
Yeah.
But this little blast where yesterday was a gorgeous day. I mean, it was a little windy, but it was just absolutely gorgeous temperature-wise. Yeah. And with that breeze, it was, it was pretty nice.
The weekend was nice. I don't remember yesterday. I guess I was indoor all day yesterday.
Could be. But that wind that brought in the front that came through, that's coming through now, there's another little sprinkle of rain going on. We're not getting much rain out of this. It's not going to be that kind of rain event. It's just something that's ushering in this cold front, and all the winds are going to be out of the north. So if you have some tender stuff on that north side of the house when this rain stops before this evening, let the sun come out, because they said it is supposed to come. The sun's supposed to come out this afternoon.
And then
let that stuff dry up, and then it's going to cool down, because all the radiant heat's going to go up in the air, because there won't be any cloud cover to keep the warmth in. Excuse me. If you got some tender stuff on that north side, you might be getting out those frost blankets again, or you have some tender things, new things that maybe you've put in. They haven't had a chance to get their root system settled in and things like that. So might be one of those two nights, I guess, to watch. Yeah, not fun when you've got a garden center filled with an extra 10,000 plants.
Oh no! It says they won't sell if the weather's not good. Is that?
What you're saying? People don't come out as much when it's rainy.
Does it
and cold.
affect the price? Do you guys adjust the price?
Well, sometimes I do. It's kind of going, the next day when it's nice, it's like, get rid of this stuff and come in, come buy it. I mean, anybody who's seen any of the posts, it's like stuff I'm marking down the other day. If I'm marking stuff down and you see a post or so, come see me or come see anybody. We'll make a deal.
Oh, really?
Let's make a deal. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I didn't know you could do that.
I could. Yeah, we could.
You get people haggling you over there?
I'll tell them one price. I say, I can mark that down for you, and I'll tell them to what, and they'll look at me. And if I really want to get rid of it, I might, knock it down. If I don't care, if I know somebody else will pay the one I said,
Wow.
We can, especially if it's something that I'm marking down.
I'm never been good at that.
Or when we have an overabundance of items, it's more over. Hey, I see you're looking at this. If you buy this much or more, I'll even give you a better price. And they go, oh, okay. So it goes out the door. It goes to a good home, and because a lot of times all that stuff needs is a little TLC and a little pruning. Sometimes it's just overgrown. It's just been there a little too long. Sometimes it does need a lot of water. We're sometimes bad with that, but it happens.
Hey, the phone lines are open, so I want to tell you that. The number is 622-9622. Carol Ann is here for a full hour. Remember, Carol Ann is a master gardener, so tap into her knowledge of plants and gardens, etc. The other thing I wanted to make sure that you knew about, in case for those who don't know, thank you, Robin. I wanted to tell you about the Facebook page that Carol Ann has created to be a companion piece, so to speak, to the radio show. So the Facebook page is easy. It's called, it's a Facebook group, actually, and It's called In the Garden.
Simple as that.
You just type in the Garden, and you'll click on it, and it'll send a message to Carol Ann, and she will say, come on in, just don't sell anything.
Yeah, I mean, if it's the kind of thing you're going to give a notice for a plant sale or things like that, or a garden show you know of, or a garden club that's having a meeting that maybe you're recruiting some new members in the area or something like that. Those are great things to do, or questions and all that. So yeah, fantastic on that.
And come on board. Phone call. Good morning. You're on there with Carol Ann.
Okay, you guys. Good morning.
Good morning.
It's me.
Yeah.
See, I had a wonderful observation here the other day. I had a bunch of robins in my backyard, and this is the first time in a couple of winters that I've had robins down here.
Okay.
And I think it's because they had excessive cold and snowy weather through the middle part of the country, not way up north, and it's been driving the birds further south. Mm-hmm. So I told the wife right away, I says, oh, my God, does that mean it's going to be a longer winter down here because the robins are down here, and they should be actually heading north by now, to get up there by April anyways.
Well, I don't know. I mean, February, March, I know a lot of people were talking about the robins a few weeks ago. So it could just be that, they started heading out and said, we're going to come back and spend another week in Florida. Yeah. Or the food source was there, and like you say, inclement weather up there is going to be something that will change the way that, their migration time by a little bit. But because you figure if they were to go back too early, the weather wouldn't be real good, and their food sources going up there hasn't come out yet.
Yeah, I could, growing up and living in Wisconsin, I can remember many times when robins were pecking around in the grass and there was snow still on the ground, just a little bit, but they were pecking through the snow to get the worm,
trying to get anything to where the sun might have warmed the soil enough to bring a worm or two up to the surface, and the berries, when the robins are out, don't ever hang sheets on the clothesline, because I truly think that they're vindictive kind of birds and they aim.
Oh,
I've always found if I've hung sheets out on a clothesline, I'll come back on, and it's robin's time of year, and you come back there and go, oh boy, I got to throw that one back in the washer. Yeah. So
well, the robin is certainly a true snowbird.
Yes.
From Wisconsin and Michigan and Connecticut are the other two state birds are robins. Wisconsin, Connecticut, and Michigan.
Right.
And they're snowbirds, and they know when to get out of there. And of course, the state bird down here in Florida is the mockingbird, but I don't believe they go north to cool off in the summer.
No, I don't believe. I think the mockingbird just is a year-round bird for us. I'm not real into birds too much, but the mockingbird always seems to be around, at least that I've seen.
Yeah. Say, in the next week or so, would it be too early to prune some bushes down before they start budding out?
Obviously, I would wait till after this cold spell. No, that's I said. A lot of people have probably already started doing that. We've trimmed our crepe myrtles and so all this stuff leafing out, and it's leafing out quickly because of the warmer weather. But no, next week, or even later this week, won't be too early to do that.
Yeah, I like to do it before the leaves are on, because I can see what I'm doing a little bit better.
Sure. Yeah, you can
get the dead stuff out of there and everything else. Right. So I'll just hang on. They say it's supposed to get close to 80 by the weekend again, so it's probably a good time to maybe do that, because we are almost in the middle of March, pretty quick here,
Oh yeah, I don't know where the year has gone that's gone so quickly this year, but no, it won't be too early. Yeah, this weekend will be nice. Get out there, take care of things.
Yeah.
Few weeds that might be still showing themselves or whatever. A lot of the winter weeds will die off here in another bit. Things are blooming. It's spring for them now. Tonight it's going to be cold. Tomorrow night it's going to be cold. It looks like it is. Who's to say with the way some of these fronts come through? It'll be the end of the week before we probably see if anything got hurt by any of that cold. But yeah, if you put off to like this weekend and go ahead and prune.
I noticed when my folks were alive down in Tampa Bay area, when we visited in the wintertime down there, they get a cold snap that a lot of people would water. They would hose their plants and grass and everything down.
Well, usually what it is that if the lawn or the landscape is drought stressed or moisture stressed, that it has not had any rain or irrigation, some damage can happen because a lot of times the weather comes in with a lot of wind, which is very drying, which yesterday we had a lot of wind. And watering it helps to, that moisture in the soil helps to hold heat in. Here we've had a little bit of rain. I don't know if anybody's been doing much irrigation, trying to bring their lawns up out of the winter. So that's all that's for is, pretty much is just watering, make sure that things aren't water stressed. But the best time to have watered would have been like yesterday.
Yeah.
Not necessarily the day.
It seems this winter so far, which is almost over now, but at least once a week, if not twice, we get some rain. Like the other day, I got like 3 or 4 tenths again, which is good for the grass, and the grass is greening up. And last week I was like digging around in the back of the yard there, and I had to dig down pretty far. And we're doing really good for this time of year. I mean, there's moisture way down.
Right, and we're not hearing the calls yet. Of course, it is only March. Where there's issues on fires or fire bans or anything like that. So it's all going pretty good. So
yeah, what helps too is we haven't had any really bad killing frost or freezes that kill stuff off, and then you got all that dead stuff that can burn. So we got through this winter without any really bad freezes.
Right. Yeah, nothing that really put a lot of dead vegetation on the ground. So it's just now a matter of making sure that we just keep it continued cleaned up, because we never know whether or not we'll end up with a dry patch. In April. A lot of times April can be very dry. May can be dry. Can sometimes be dry. Usually the rainy season starts in May, but who's to say, anymore which cycle we're on right now on how quickly it'll fill. I'm reading something else thinking, Phil, the rain will fall.
my wife right now is on a cruise with her daughter from Wisconsin and mother and grandkid child, and it seems like every time she goes on a cruise, we get a cold front here. I'm home here with the 3 dogs, and I got the fireplace going again. Every time she leaves town, it gets cold.
At the house, huh?
Yeah, and then she's coming back Saturday, and it's going to be 80 again.
It'll be warm again, so she leaves when it's cold. So she's a smart woman there.
I think so, yeah. Well, anyways, it looks like I'll have that fireplace on for a couple of days, and that'll probably be the end of it for this season.
Should be.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right,
take care.
Have a good day now.
Yeah, bye now.
Thank you. Yeah, he should go. Maybe if he went, then the weather wouldn't be so good.
Well, but then see, now if he went on the cruise, maybe they'd have bad weather on the cruise, and that's not good. Yeah, we want them to have nice weather on a cruise.
So when you think about gardens from 100 years ago, was it mostly vegetables? I mean, 100 years ago, were we not?
Sure, yeah, of course you grew more of your
mostly
own
vegetables.
Food. Yeah, I mean, people had flowers too. I mean, you look at some of the old English gardens had things, but they also grew like potpourri type.
But would that be the wealthy, or do you think the average?
No, I think the average person did too. But I mean, you usually grew a lot of your own food because that's what was needed. I mean, they talk today about, what do they call it? Food deserts, where people don't have access to fresh produce and higher quality, that there's more convenience stores than there are produce market or grocery stores and things like that, and that a lot of times it's in lower income areas or areas away from, or even in a city area, because there's not the plots. Well, it's not that hard to grow, and I think sometimes it takes just education to people of don't go to the to the convenience store to try to shop. Pool your resources, and maybe you can grow some fresh produce and learn how to use it.
There's a certain amount, I'm speaking for myself now, there's a certain amount of doubt in my own abilities. But in other words, it seems like you need to know so much, but I'm thinking maybe
really.
If you just put the seeds, it'll just let them go.
A lot of times, well, you saw that with your apple tree.
Yeah.
Plant the seed and it will grow. And a lot of things are simply that simple. Sunny location with some water, be able to water it. Many times you don't even need a lot of fertilizer, and a little bit of education on it is just a lot of times
helpful.
That's all
Sure.
you need to all you really need. They give you instructions on the back of the envelopes of seed and on how to do this. Now, growing some of the maybe some of the more exotic kind of things.
Apple.
No, there wasn't. No, because you were to throw away the middle part. Is what they figured. So
yeah. We've a whole half hour left in this show. Did you get anything from Robin?
Well, we have Appleton. Well, we have Appleton passes, family passes to the Appleton Museum. We have one of the yournovel.com gift certificates.
We're still doing that?
We still apparently are doing that. These gift codes will end April 1st.
Okay.
So I guess we need to get rid of some of them. And we have Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens. So when we go to the break, the $20 gift certificates for Bob Wine's. So if during the break you want one or the other, or I'd even say maybe multiple, you want to go to the Appleton, get a book for your love, and go shopping at Bob Wine's. You can do all
Get
in
a
one.
book for your love.
There you go.
All right, so we'll do that in about 2 minutes from now. If you want to just kind of hang in there and then call it when we're during the break. And if we answer the phone, then you get the prize package, everything.
Right. Anything. Or if you just want, you want the book, or you just want some Appleton, you want a gift certificate to Bob Wine's. We can do that. We'll accommodate as many as we can.
Got it.
So try to give away some stuff.
The number, whether you're calling to speak to Carolyn or to try to get the prizes, is 622-9622. The difference is to speak to Carolyn, you talk while we're on the air. To get the prizes, you call when we're off the air. During a commercial break.
And then I can't talk to you because it doesn't
I'll
work
talk
over
to
there.
you. I will talk to you.
No, and don't forget, this weekend, 9th and 10th, this weekend is the Master Gardener Spring Festival. Should be fantastic weather. We have a fantastic location, as always. I mean, over there at the County Extension and the Livestock Pavilion areas are just a fantastic resource here in Marion County. And we have the ability to have nice room. They got covered area now because part of it's in the pavilion kind of thing. So it's just a great day. We have food vendors will be there. Quite a few different. I don't have the whole thing that's listing all the different vendors because I wasn't bright enough to go ahead and go get one. But I have some of the...
That's the wrong choice of words. You are bright enough. You just forgot or whatever.
I didn't bother to do it. That's a little lazy. How's that one? But the seminars that'll be throughout the weekend, we can talk about that. And I got another little thing I have to pick back up off the floor when we go to break that we can talk about too.
All right, we'll take a little break. I got Mardi Gras music for you today.
All right.
The phone number to call right now if you'd like to win the prizes is 622-9622. If we're done with the break and we did not answer the phone, that means you didn't win. Somebody else did. If you'd like to call Carol Ann, wait till after the break. Again, 622-9622.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. President Trump tweets about an expanded House investigation of his political and financial life that the Democrats have gone stone cold crazy.
Democrats are requesting a slew of documents from more than 80 people or groups on a wide range of issues. Among those targeted, Donald Trump Jr., Paul Manafort, Steve Bannon, WikiLeaks, and the National Rifle Association.
Fox's Rachel Sutherland in Washington. 3 children are known to be among the at least 23 people killed in Sunday's tornadoes in Alabama, with dozens of people missing and survivors seeing what can be saved.
Things are just a mess everywhere. And you think about all of these families that haven't even been able to see their homes or what's left of them, or to have to go digging through their homes to look for pictures and sentimental items. I mean, it's just going to be so difficult to find anything because things have been thrown all over the place.
Fox's Aisha Hosni in Beauregard, Alabama. This is Fox News.
Napa know-how.
Right now, only at Napa, AAA members get a 20% discount. So you can avoid getting stranded on the side of the road by picking up some quality parts like batteries, brake pads, and more. Meaning you can prevent the problem before it ever becomes a problem. Bravo! That's 20% off for AAA members. Quality parts, helpful people. That's Napa know-how.
Napa know-how.
At participating Napa Auto Parts stores. Exclusions apply. May not be combined with other offers. Offer ends 3/31/19.
Filling an opening at your company means more than just finding an employee. You're looking for a fit, a match. Robert Half understands that. We know you need someone who can do the work, someone who complements your culture. And of course, you need that someone fast. When it all comes together, it makes for a perfect fit. Satisfaction guaranteed. Robert Half, the matching experts in accounting, finance, IT, legal, marketing, and administrative staffing. Visit roberthalf.com/radio for more information.
Here is your 1-minute news brief. Florida lawmakers will gather today in the House chamber to hear Governor Ron DeSantis give his first State of the State address, the traditional start of the 60-day legislative session. Lawmakers will deal with issues ranging from the budget to smokable medical marijuana. Former Ocala Mayor Craig Curry is running for the Marion County Commission. Curry was mayor from 1987 to 1989. Conversion therapy, which aims to change someone's sexual orientation, could soon be illegal for minors to undergo in Florida. Liberty Counsel says the ban is unconstitutional. A Florida woman has been sentenced to 1 year and 3 months in prison for lying on an application to FEMA seeking disaster relief benefits following Hurricane Irma. A bill has been proposed in the Florida State Senate to increase the penalty for intentionally hurting or killing search and rescue dogs and horses. And the Epcot International Flower and Garden Festival will return to Disney World tomorrow. And that is your news brief from The Source.
Tuesday will be a much cooler day than recent days with plenty of clouds. There'll be a couple of showers around as well, with a high between 61 in the north to 68 in the south. Gradual clearing and colder through the night. Those between the low 30s across the northern interior parts of the zone to 44 along the coast. Sunny but cool and kind of breezy tomorrow. Highs in the upper 50s on the coast. Mid 60s inland. Thursday, sunshine and warmer. High 67 at the coast, 73 inland. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Ask yourself, what do you pay for health care? Are you single? Do you pay more than $199 a month? Are you a couple? Do you pay more than $249 a month? Do you have a family? Do you pay more than $529 a month? Yes, you can serve the entire family with health care for only $529 a month. Sign up at any time of the year, pick your own doctor and hospital, ask any questions in our live chat box. It takes 2 minutes to find out how to save. Go to lightyourliberty.com. That's lightyourliberty.com. America's built and based on liberties and freedoms. Liberty HealthShare brings that to healthcare. The liberty of choosing your own doctor. The liberty of choosing your own hospital. Liberty HealthShare makes healthcare affordable to millions of Americans. Light your liberty, starting at $199 for a single, $399 for a couple. And no matter how big the family, only $529. That's $529 for the entire family. To find out how you can save, go to lightyourliberty.com. That's lightyourliberty.com.
You know, texting while driving is dangerous. That's not new information. Yet most people admit to doing it anyway. Drivers are 23 times more likely to be involved in a car accident while texting. Know the facts and wait to text. The danger is real and it applies to you. Auto Owners Insurance, the no problem people. Information provided by Virginia Tech Transportation Institute.
Visit George Mangan Insurance in Ocala today at manganinsurance.com.
Hi, Matt Wilkerson here, your Verizon representative with news that will hum your car, make it smart and safe. How? With the new Hum device by Verizon. You can rest assured you're never alone. Flat tire? Lost? Accident? For $10 a month, Hum by Verizon has you covered. And I will come to you in Marion County to install the Hum for free. Time to call me at 352-528-0020. Are you ready to hum along? Call 352-528-0020.
That was our cue right there, Caroline. All right, we are back on the air. Caroline Baldwin is here to answer your gardening questions. The number is 622-9622. If you heard that there might be frost tonight or tomorrow night, you're right. They're possibly
it's a possibility. So watch out for those little tender annuals. The summer stuff might be time. Little extra protection. Just couple nights, don't put everything away yet, especially that north side, because they're saying that wind is supposed to be coming right out of the north, and that can be a little rough on them. The tender perennials.
Snow in New Jersey right now, by the way.
Yeah.
I don't think it's hit New York yet, but it's in New Jersey.
In New Jersey, yeah. Well, that's just one of those. It's March. It is still winter time, so people got to realize that.
Especially up there, right?
Yeah, especially up there. Now, one thing I said, that the thing I dropped on the floor was a little thing out of the Sunday parade section of the newspaper. And we see this ad every year. It comes out in the magazines. Save when you grow a zoysia lawn from living plugs.
Right.
Oh, fantastic!
And they look so green, right?
It looks so green, and it's from plugs to fabulous lawn. A one-time, lifetime lawn solution. Please don't buy it online.
How come?
Because it's not for our area.
Oh, okay.
And if you actually read the whole thing, which I did, I read. It's not that big. Oh, I can't see me on the screen there.
Oh, wait. You can. Well, hold on. You were there.
Bring me back.
There you are.
This is the thing. You read the whole thing, and it says freestyle plugs. It's an uncut sheet containing a maximum 150 1-inch plugs.
Right.
That's tiny. That's little.
What does that mean? That's how wide it is?
That's how big that piece of plant material
will that
is.
Spread?
And it's supposed to spread. Now, their other one, as they call it, it's a super plug, is a 3-inch by 3-inch. You can buy 3-inch by 3-inch zoysia plugs locally of a variety of zoysia that will grow here. That will thrive.
And that one
here.
in Parade Magazine won't grow here.
I mean, it may, but I'm sorry. You can't grow a grass in Florida, in Georgia, and New Jersey, and Minnesota, and all over the country, all the same grass.
Gotcha.
It can't be done.
Well, that's good information.
But and the cost on this, and of course they'll give you free plugs but this and that if you buy a certain amount.
Are they cheaper to buy them locally?
Oh yeah, because here's a tray of 15. And I think locally you're going to get a tray of 18.
Okay.
Same size, the 3-inch plugs.
Okay.
One tray, $24.95 plus $8.50 shipping and handling.
Oh, okay.
So for what is that? $38.45.
Okay.
You're getting 15 pieces of grass.
And what would it cost around here?
You could get the tray of I want to say it's 18. Is what you can find locally, and it's about $10.
Oh my gosh, that is really good information. And
it's the grass that's going to grow here. The zoysia you're going to find here, vegetatively growing, is the Empire. There's a couple that are from seed, but I'm looking at the University of Florida. It's an EDIS publication number ENH11. It's on zoysia lawns, zoysia for Florida lawns. And they list all different kinds, the different cultivars and things like that, and the pros and cons. But pretty much what you're going to find as sod here is going to be the Empire. It's like the most recommended one. You can also find, I think, Emerald on... Is that one by seed? I'm trying to remember if I've seen the Empire or the Emerald by seed. And then there's a Zenith that's also from seed. But as it says here on the Zenith... Zenith zoysia is one of the few commercially available seeded varieties. Generally, the seeded cultivars do not perform as well as the vegetative cultivars. Zenith zoysia is dark green to medium textured. So, and they're all a thin-bladed grass. But so you could say your Empire was a little thin. You could get a bag of Zenith and run across there and kind of chop it. It'll blend in there. Don't try to mix your Bermuda or centipede in. If you got zoysia, do zoysia. And it's going to help it fill in or help it get covered, make it look nice. It just may not thrive as well as your other one. Your other one will probably just finish filling in and choke it out. But no, save your money. Don't buy grasses from websites or that.
That's good to know.
Florida is a whole nother planet when it comes to planting and planting zones. Our sandy soils, our high humidity. We get approximately 52 inches of rain a year, and 80% of that happens in a 4-month period. it'd be nice if we had an inch of rain every week, for 52 weeks. But no, we get it all, boom. And there's sometimes where we get 4 inches of it at once. So what we have has to be able to, keep us going, and the grasses.
That's really useful information.
And zoysia is one that we've always said, and the ad is actually different. It's saying something totally different. Ours, we would say, zoysia is one of the first to brown out in the winter. The first frost. First frost, it's going to go brown, and the last to come back. This is telling you it's like doesn't brown out quickly until killing frost and such like that.
Something you said earlier, you said it, but it wasn't quite clear to me. So if I don't have a completely empty yard, in other words, I have mostly covered with grass,
right?
But I have some patches,
right?
I could put a plug in that.
You can put plugs
area?
in there, and usually we try. Well, like the store I'm at, we sell St. Augustine, we sell zoysia. That you can, you've got to if it's just some small areas, maybe you've dug out a lot of weeds, or the dog dug in there.
Messed up,
it's just a bed. You could take a plug and you could fit that down in there, and you're watering the lawn and taking care of it, and it'll grow and it'll fill in.
Will it go
if you
beyond
have larger areas,
that area?
Like St. Augustine. I mean, St. Augustine's a runner grass, so
it'll go into the current grass.
Right.
Okay.
Right. If you have larger areas, something that's over, that's getting near a foot by 2 feet, you're looking at probably a piece of sod. Again, the zoysia is still $3 for a piece of sod. It's still cheaper than
sod is really just a big plug.
It's just a big plug, but you fit that thing in, instant fill.
Okay.
On that. And that's usually what we put when we do a new lawn and things like that. You'll see them put in. Bahey, I think, comes in as a roll where they can actually just take and unroll that down, tamp it down a little bit, water it. Boom, guess what? You have a lawn. You get your watering done for like every twice a day for 30 days, and you should be attached to the ground, and it's all good. So just if you're starting any seed, because this is the time of year people like to rejuvenate, freshen up the lawn, try not to mix your lawns.
So I have a question about something you've said in the past. It's about the seed catalog.
Right.
Does the ordering seeds through the mail make sense to you?
On vegetable seeds and things like that, yeah. Some flower seeds, but you have to know that certain varieties of certain plants just don't do well in certain locations.
Okay, so is the catalog an educational tool also?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they are. And a lot of times your regular seed catalogs, if you're inquiring about something, a lot of times they'll show you the zone charts. Florida's not the same Zone 9 as California is, and it's not the same Zone 9 as parts of Texas are. We are our own. So if you're ever in doubt, would be to call the company and go, hey, listen, I live in Central Florida.
And hope you get somebody who knows.
Right. Well, I would think that they would.
They do,
and I would think that they would, that their customer service would know. And go, hey, listen, I'm in Central Florida. We get most of our rain. May the 1st or June the 1st, the temperature goes to 90 degrees, humidity's 85%, and it rains every day. Is this plant going to grow here in the summer, or is it something I should get my seed now, start it in my house in August and plant it in the winter? Or plant it out in early spring and enjoy it, the wrong season for it. Onions, for example, we grow onions. We grow short day onions. The Vidalia type onions, the Granex, the Grano, those sweet onions that have a tendency to be nice and big and fantastic for a giant hamburger. One slice, boom, boom, there you go.
I love them. Yeah.
Oh yeah, nice thick slice of onion. Now I'm going to want a hamburger. I'm hungry.
You just said the magic words.
I said, well,
big fat onion and a hamburger.
I may have to buy some ground beef.
Well, today is Mardi Gras, so today's the day.
I can have that
Fat Tuesday. Tomorrow's the day you're supposed to cut back, right?
That's true. But we grow the short because of our weather conditions. To grow the long day onion, and short day means just that. In the wintertime, the days are short.
By the way, we turn the clocks
back or forward this weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, Saturday night. Yeah. I know.
Robin was telling me that. I said, really, already?
Mm-hmm.
So that means springtime is just about here.
Yeah, it is. Well, the clocks are, the 21st of March is official first day of spring.
Yeah.
So it is It is one of those fun kind of times of year. But and another thing, with again, clocks changing back, talking about planting, all of that stuff. Master Gardener Festival this weekend, 25 years of bringing the experts to you. That's what our headline says.
I like that.
I do too. And we have two learning areas, seminar areas. We have the Daylily tent, so this is something new to me, and the Marigold tent. The Daylily tent on Saturday, you can learn about choosing a landscape or pesticide services. So you're looking to hire somebody either to help in your landscape or help with your pest control issues, and it's how do you do this? How do you recommend somebody, or how do you find somebody who's going to be, hey, sweetheart?
You have a little friend up there.
Yeah. He doesn't care.
Hello, Stephanie. I see Stephanie over there.
But, so that's one at 10 o'clock. Also have Caring for Roses at 11:30. Dooryard citrus. Citrus is something, the University of Florida hasn't been recommending too much, in recent years in lieu of the citrus greening and other diseases and things like that with citrus. So this, if you're truly interested in having citrus in your dooryard, in your landscape, this would be one for you, to go to and hear the recommendations and things like that. And we also have one that same on Saturday also on water conservation, dealing with your sewer systems. So with wastewater and things like that. And that's, if you happen to live in city limits or something like that where you're actually paying for your water and sewer, good seminar to be going to. Saturday, if organic gardening, pruning crepe myrtles, insecticide safety. Me and my mantra, read and follow the label instructions.
Me and my mantra.
Yeah,
Remember that
got a song? and attracting birds to the landscape. So then Sunday we will have, starting in the morning, Vanda orchids, Florida native plants, Ocala Wetland Recharge Park. And I keep saying, I'm going to have to go to that one. I want to know about that. And 2:30 landscape designs. So I guess it give you a hand on figuring out how to design your landscape. If you've got a clean slate, or maybe you bought a house that's already got a landscape, but you're not crazy about it. Maybe the plants are old, how to start over, how to create your own landscape design. Also on Sunday is drip irrigation. Install your drip irrigation system. Makes it easy. Put a rain sensor on it. Oh, clocks change, right? Clocks change. We always know this. We do this twice a year.
Right.
Change the battery in your smoke detector.
Right.
Check and change the sponge or cork in your rain sensor.
Oh,
so that it works
I never heard
year-round.
that before.
It's a good twice a year maintenance to your
sponge
system.
or cork?
Sponge or cork.
Sponge or cork.
Sorry, I didn't get the slash in there.
Okay.
Also, Sunday, sorry about that interruption. It's one of those like ADD when I'm talking. Suddenly an idea pops in my head and I must blurt it out. Sunday, drip irrigation. That's where that came from. Noontime on Sunday in the Marigold tent is join the Master Gardeners. What it is, what it takes to be a Master Gardener. Get signed up, get some information if it's something you'd like to do, or maybe you've done it elsewhere, how to come into Marion County and do this. Also on Sunday, growing herb gardens and butterflies and butterfly gardens. So lot of interesting stuff to learn. Great vendors that come out to this. Many have been with us the whole 25 years. Others are new. You'll find some garden art. You're not going to find somebody who's printing political T-shirts or anything like that. It's a garden show. It's not something where it's not a flea market. So you're not going to find that stuff. You're going to find landscape design, your ideas, plants galore, garden art, houseplant things, water garden features, soil amendments, worm castings and things like that. For who'd have ever thought that somebody'd be selling worm poop?
You're right.
But it sells, and it's a great amendment to the soil. So anybody who has tried to garden or does garden here knows that our soils need whatever help they can get. We have very sandy soil. Well, we were underwater. I think one strip of the state of Florida was the only place that was never underwater, and that's the ridge down there. Trying to think of where it's at, Claremont, I think. Like 3 miles or 3 miles long and mile wide.
Oh, really? That was
the
it?
only place in Florida that was never underwater.
And you have a phone call?
Right.
Good morning. You're on the air with Carol Ann.
Yeah, it's Hugh again real quick. I was going to say this time of the year is what your lawnmower is going to be doing a lot of work in the future. Change that oil and that filter on that little guy so she's ready to go.
There you go. Yeah, the maintenance on that. Hopefully, if you left any fuel in the tank, you had the fuel stabilizer in there so that your carburetor's not going to be all gumped up when you pull that rope the first time or turn that key. Do your maintenance. That's also another great thing to think about is that this upcoming week, the clock's changed, do the maintenance, and you'll be good to go.
Right, and check your blades too to make sure that mower blade is sharp, so it doesn't, so it cuts the grass nice and straight
and doesn't beat it to death. Right.
Okay, so we got things to do because we're getting ready for a big gardening and lawn season.
That's it.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Hugh. Yeah, that's a great idea. Here, take this time. You got a couple icky. You got an icky day today. Get in the garage there. Check the mower blade. If you need a new blade, go ahead. Go get your new blade. If you can't do it, take your mower somewhere. There's places that do sharpening, and tune-ups, even on your little push mower. Okay, maybe your mower only cost you $200. Well, that $50 tune-up keeps you from buying another $200 mower. The little bottle of fuel stabilizer in your gas can keeps you from having a gumped up carburetor and again possibly either a big repair bill or buying a new mower. Riding mowers, the same kind of thing. Change the filter, change the plug. Riding mower batteries are usually only warranted for 1 year. So if you bought that battery last year or maybe the year before, it might be time to change that battery. Yeah, well, because we don't have big alternators, they're not run enough. They have a little bit of a charging system to them, just not a lot. So you might need to put it on the trickle charger, if you're thinking, or a maintainer, battery maintenance charger kind of thing. They're not expensive, to do things like that. So I hope everybody's having a great gardening time. Today's just icky. Going to be cold. I don't like it. I need the sun to come out.
It's just 2 days.
Yeah, I know.
Put it this way,
but it's one of those things. If anybody knows, I go down.
But the weekend will be summer-like.
The weekend will be gorgeous. Should be wonderful, and I'll take that any. I'll take that any day.
But if you're visiting from up north, you're probably happy just to be away from the snow.
Right. That it's not horribly cold right now. And actually, taking a look here, today's high is 60. Tomorrow's high is 60. They're saying the low's 35. Thursday 70. Friday 78, Saturday's 82, Sunday's 85. Back with our nighttime temperatures climbing just the same way. After the 15th or probably after this weekend, looking a little further down. We're looking, what is that? Following the 16th and 17th, we got another little bit of chilly but not cold. The weekend of the 16th and 17th, you're looking at 76 for high, 73, 74, that Saturday, Sunday, Monday kind of thing, lows in the mid-50s, so not too horribly bad. So I think we're out of it, which we ought to be. It's spring's almost here officially.
Is this a good time, money-wise, to buy some of those things you were just talking about, like the riding lawnmower or
there's all kinds of
fertilizer spreader?
When you look at the ads and things like that, it's all spring. It's all corporate America. It's springtime. We can sell lawnmowers. We can sell garden gloves. They're all on sale. Your mulches are on sale. Some of your plants go on sale. It's time to refresh and refurbish. It's also one kind of handy thing is too. It's income tax time. You get your income tax return check, and maybe you want to put that little patio in. Maybe you can afford that little patio now, and the new barbecue grill to put on it, or that little. You want to put that new garden bed in the yard. Now you've got that extra little money, unless you had it earmarked to pay off a bill. Pay off a bill if you can do that. But if you've got the extra, if that makes a little bit of pocket money, a little bit of hot money in your pocket, have your fun in the garden. Get outside.
That's nice.
That's the one thing is that we are blessed to here in the state of Florida to have so many days of our year that you can spend outdoors, and so it's take advantage of it. They've proven it. I think medically, just being outdoors is good for you.
Makes
even
sense.
just spending.
Yeah.
I believe you may have even had it. I believe you may have even had it as a news bite at some point where they've said, just spending 15 minutes a day, even just going outside and sitting, going out and walking the dog, and or sitting outside with your cup of coffee instead of sitting in the kitchen can just make a whole change of attitude, change of health. Vitamin D is best absorbed through the sun. 15 minutes a day is not going to cause your skin cancers and things.
Yeah. No, they say you should get your vitamin D from the sun. Yeah,
and that's so it means going outside. So that's outside's way better than being inside a building.
So my assignment for next week is to take a picture of the apple tree, especially the tip of it, the top of it, because that's where the action is happening right now.
Right.
Looks like.
And have you fertilized your little tree yet?
No.
Okay, it's probably time.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I have that Miracle Grow stuff.
Which, because it's in a pot, would be okay.
Yeah?
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of the liquid stuff. The stuff you mix in your watering can.
I think what I had.
No, that's just your dirt.
That's the dirt, but I think I had the same company. Yeah, Miracle Grow.
Could be, yeah. As the blue stuff you mix in your watering can.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little packet.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're okay, especially being it's a container grown plant. It'll help keep that within, that it doesn't wash away as quickly when you're in a container. That's about the best times that I recommend on those versus those are cables. That has nothing to do with the garden. Those are not tree roots.
I forget what this is.
But no, it's a.
I live in two worlds.
I know. But the tree roots they're wires. They're not. But it's a great. We're getting ready to fertilize everything.
And what starts tomorrow is the Disney Garden Show, whatever they do.
Their Flower and Garden Show.
The Epcot one.
Yeah, the Epcot Flower and Garden Show. Yep, that starts. Yeah, all kinds. And this is that season. Epcot's going. Master Gardeners won. Lou Gardens is the same weekend down in Orlando.
How would you do that? How would you go to a garden show like at Epcot and actually appreciate the gardens that are on display? Because I think I'd be looking at all the attractions.
Oh, I'm trying to think of where I went. And it was theme park kind of thing. And yes, I took pictures of plants.
So if you go to Siloam Park, there's nothing distracting you. It's all about the plants.
Right. But I mean, it's because it's Epcot for one. It is geared, and it will be big flash. I mean, it's going to be the Flower and Garden Show. It's. I mean, and they have speakers. They have it's the whole thing. Even Master Gardeners will actually be there. They have a Master Gardener tent or booth set up to answer questions. Also during that whole.
It's the International Flower and Garden Festival.
Right.
So let me ask you about the international part. Does that mean there will be plants there from Europe, from Asia?
Yeah, all around the world. Yeah.
And what do they just grow momentarily?
They're growing. They're temporary. They're bringing them in, showcasing some of the plants. Well, a lot of plants we grow here. I mean, there are some folks who are true nativists who say, really just plant native plants in your landscape. Others, are Florida-friendly plants, and a lot of Florida-friendly plants are actually they're from elsewhere. They're imported. They were found sometimes in Africa, sometimes in Asia. So there's plants that will do well here and can even be friendly to Florida that you don't need a lot of chemical assistance to keep it going.
We'd love to do a remote. You go down there, call in, and with your camera too.
Oh,
so that would be see
cool.
what you're looking at.
That would be cool.
That would be fun.
Yes, it would.
Fun. I want to do it. I want to do your end of it, although I wouldn't know what to say.
What we would have to do is all go together.
Flowers. Thank you, Carolyn. Stay warm tonight.
Oh, yeah.
We'll be right back. Matt Gibbs is up next. Not in the garden with Matt. What is it called? It's called Auto Repair with Personal Care. This is the Source WOCA Ocala.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. President Trump's son Eric is among 81 people or organizations hit by